Hey, Christina here, and just kind of enjoying the quiet, no construction stuff going on. 7 p.m., it's already dark. Winter is coming. I was at the church food shelf today, and I wanted to talk about an encounter that I had. It's an LGBTQ friendly church, and they have their food shelf once a week. Started because of my wife and I and what happened to us in 2020. And like today, I think they had close to 300 people there to get food, and there's been times there's been 400 and 500 there. I mean, just a lot. Our tragedy has ended up helping a lot of other people, and that makes me feel better that, you're kind of that little drop in the pond and it just ripples outward. But as most of you know, I'm pagan. I'm pretty chill about most people's religious faiths and practices and stuff, and LGBTQ, so no problem there. And usually when I come, you end up waiting in line for quite a while, so they have like lots of chairs and tables and stuff. So I was sitting there drawing and encountered this guy that he's got some strange beliefs. Oh my gosh. He's kind of a weird mix of conspiracy and Christian fundamentalist offshoot of something. I don't even know what. So one time he tried to say that they're feeding us baby parts so that we could grow new organs for them to harvest when we die, to transplant into other people. I mean, that's one of the things that he had said. And they're using GMOs to do it, I guess. Well, today was not so funny. Come up, and I showed him the previous drawings I had been working on, because I had a smaller sketchbook with, and then I had the big one. And because I wasn't sure what I was going to work on when I got there. And so it started off pleasant enough, and then he starts talking to the lady sitting next to me and involving me in it. He's almost standing right next to me, and starts going about how, he's amazed, that how people like me can just create things like that, God-given talent and all of that stuff. And there's a lot of practice and effort, but okay. Then he started, just out of the blue, I'm not wearing any rainbow anything. I have a shirt with wolves on. My hair's tied up with a black hairband, I think. I don't even remember, black and gray. And I have a purple watch, Fitbit on. That's it. I got pink sandals on. I mean, I'm just dressed for being out in the day. And he started in on gay marriage and it violating God's laws and all of this, and how we're rewriting God's laws and they're the law of the land and everything. And I politely asked him, because he kept going on and it was getting a bit worse, how it's, man and woman, and no business trying to say that two women or two men should be married or anything like that. And he started going down the road with this. Other people, I imagine you can imagine where this was going. And I asked him politely to please stop. I said, I'm finding this very offensive, and I'm part of the LGBTQ, and I said, this is getting pretty upsetting, and can we change the topic to something else? Did not complain about him being this type of Christian or anything like that, but that's what I had asked him. And so I got people here. Oh, and another Gogie. Hi, cutie.
She's a big, tough pit bull, she thinks.
Oh, yeah, she looks so tough.
With her sweater, she's just a cutie.
Oh, yeah, I know. I used to have a Doberman that had her sweaters on all the time. And yeah, very tough dog. I know every dog in the neighborhood. Anyway, he went and kept going on with this and ignored me. Well, not really. He told me that I needed to hear this. And then he started going on about, again, how this is violating God's laws and we have no right of making changes like this and everything. And once again, I said, enough of this, please. I've already asked you, can we change the subject? This is getting very upsetting. So he continued further, and at that point, I started yelling at him. And I swore in front of a whole bunch of people inside a church. The pagan went off. But I told him, I said, you have been asked. I said, I am married to a trans woman. I find what you're saying extremely offensive. And I have asked you several times to stop now. And I was packing up my stuff and getting ready to go out of that room and go into another one. He called me and he said I was the same as an Islamic terrorist for being upset. No joke. So he had to turn this around, and he was the victim. And like I said, nothing prompted this. I was doing a drawing of a toad with books at his side and a long pipe. I put the picture earlier on my community tab. I wasn't doing anything. There was no discussion prior about this, nothing. And it's posted all over on signs that all are welcome. And got the rainbows there, and it's very clearly an open church like that. It's Methodist, but it's very open. And their food shelf was started because of my wife and I. And my wife's family is very involved in everything. And so I could hear him down the hall as I was leaving, still going off on how I had to hear this and I'm violating God's law, and gay people shouldn't be allowed to be married, and on and on. And I went to several people in the church, and I was still crying by this point, and talked to them and told them what was going on, because he's gone off on me before, but not like this. And the reason I wanted to talk about this, I think what kind of upset me more was victim blaming. And how I was at fault, and I'm the terrorist, and all of this. And these are the same people of his type. I mean, my in-laws are Christians. They're not like this at all. But these are the people who turn around and say that they're the victim. And the fact that he called me what he did, I can't wrap my brain around this. I can't. I can't wrap my brain around this climate that produces this sort of hate. And yeah, I'm sorry, it is hate. And there certainly is no politeness about this either. When somebody asks you, can we please change the conversation? Can we please change the topic? I don't want to discuss this right now. Then he turned around and in the midst of this said, well, I was talking to this woman here. I wasn't talking to you. Except he was. Because he was trying to draw me into it. He actually addressed me, looking at me and talking about it. I don't know if he saw the Pride bumper stickers on my car. Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue what prompted this. But then he was the victim, not me, even though he came after me. I don't know how to deal with it. I've encountered it before, but usually it's at work, it's subdued, and it's people from other countries that I work with that they end up understanding after a while, and it ends up being water under the bridge. I have had one person threaten my life and at work, and the company removed them because of it, and it was because of my gender preferences. And but they had said that to another nurse. I was already out of the room, so that had been taken care of. That nurse came to bat for me. After all of this, there were people coming up to me at the church today that asked me if I was okay, and the one gal handed me Kleenex and stuff because I was still just, I was drawing and crying at the same time. And I usually try to put everything as positive as I can out there. This is who I am. And if you're going to be in need, I'm going to try and help. And I've had people tell me that I act more Christian than some Christians do that they've encountered. And I'm not. I haven't been for a long time. But it just, to come and just attack somebody like that just blows me away. I was always taught, and now mind you, I'd been in the medical for a long time. I've been a horse trainer. I've babysat kids that were quadriplegic. I've done all these things, and I always, to me, attacking somebody like that, even on a religious basis, which is where I have issues with Aaron Ra and Matt Dillahunty and stuff. To me, a religion, or the spiritual practices, the faith, that's part of the person. Just coming out and attacking somebody is, you're attacking the person. Oh, God. Cat fight. The neighbors let their female cat out and all her kittens and another litter of kittens. And so there's kittens scattered everywhere. And I've got food out. I'm going to be building a cat shelter again, just to help them winterize, because now the Humane Society is charging $75 per cat to do trap, neuter, and spay and release. Even if you bring them in, if you do the trapping and bring them in, they still are going to charge $75 per cat. So our neighbors releasing their litters of kittens like that is just, I'm angry. I'm very angry. But humanity. I know it takes all kinds, but today was an experience. And I just wanted to let people know. So hopefully this guy someday will come to his senses, but he's been told if he does it again, he will not be invited back. He won't be allowed back on the church grounds. So that's a plus. But to do that in a church that is open like that in the first place is just mind-blowing. But anyway, I'm going to double check on outside cat food, and yeah. So I hope you guys had a better night. I'm going to have a piece of German chocolate cake that I got from the food shelf. That's okay. I think I've earned it. I really do. Okay, blessed be everybody. Have a great night and take care and hug your loved ones, and say I love you, because we don't know, but yeah. Have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later.